Hey, it's Don the Auction Professor here. I just picked up some posters. I buy posters a lot. These are some earlier ones, some vintage ones. I thought I'd just show you some of what you can look for. A lot of people pass up on the posters. They don't know much about them or they don't want to mess with them. Posters sell extremely well. I'll show you the best one out of the lot first. Vintage, even in some condition issues. This one here, psychedelic posters sell the best. And this one's even better than most. This one's actually the Hulk. It's a Marvel Comics. I don't know how well you can see that, but Hulk's on the bottom. 1960s. See how psychedelic it is. Let's see. It's 1971 actually. Marvel comic. Roanoke is the name of the company. I will probably get, say, $75 for this poster here. I paid $1 a piece for each one of these posters you're going to see. And from there, I'll make a ton of money. This is probably $600–700 in these little posters right here. You'll see why in a minute. Vintage original Star Trek posters. This is like a fan style poster. Dargis Associates. These are vintage. I always see these. That same brand on all of these kind. Let's roll it the other way so I can see if there's any other marks on it. Again, nice early Star Trek poster. 1976, so it's when the re-release of the TV show from the 60s was out. So this is a good one. Star Trek Collage number 3382. I'll probably put 60 or 70 on that as well. These big door-sized posters I sell a lot of. Clark Gable. Let's see if we roll it the other way, if we can see the marks on it. This is probably a 6-foot life-size door puzzle, or door poster. I sell those a lot too, especially the pinup style. Let's see who this is. Portal, 1976. This is from California. It's from Gone with the Wind too, so I think this one will probably get 60 or 70 as well too. I think this is Clara Bow, if I'm not mistaken. There is a mark on the side. Let's see what we got here. Theta Bara. Any maker mark on it? Yeah, actually there is. 1966, so this is an early one too. I expect this one probably then, since it is the 60s. Another $70 probably I'll put on it. I wouldn't be surprised if I take, say, maybe $45, $50 for it minimum. The early pinups, even if they're this style, go very well. Let's see what this is. This is a early Marx Brothers. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's see how this one's marked. Usually these earlier posters are marked or dated of some sort. Yep, there's one on this one too. Personality posters. This is 60s Marx Brothers. I don't see a specific date. It's got a little issue here and there, but people still buy them. I'd probably take, say, $40 or $50 for that one. W.C. Field. It's probably by the same company, I bet you. Personality, 1966. 60s posters always sell. Another $40 or $50. I might get, say, $700 or $800 out of all these. This one was in there too. This one, I'm sure I already have a friend who will probably buy it from me. It's an original, obviously Bruce Lee, 1974, made in Sweden. Let's see if I can see the name on it. Scandicor. I've heard of that name before. They're usually import posters like this. Bruce Lee, I'm not sure on this one. I might put, say, 95 and take whatever I can get. Maybe more, maybe 125. Bruce Lee's popular. Vintage Bruce Lee's even more popular. Again, these were $1 a piece. Looks like Barbarella. Yeah, I think it is. Or maybe 10 million years to Earth or whatever. Or 10 million BC. I think that's maybe the name of this. She's in a bikini. Looks like a caveman style. 1968, so it's probably from the original release. Raquel Welch III. Good poster. Another, I'll probably put, since it's a pinup style, maybe 125 and take what I can get. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, I love the early 20s silent actors and actresses. Rudolph Valentino, I've actually drawn him many times. I've got some postcards that I did with his artwork of him that I've done and sell too. Very popular still with some folks. The great lover of the day. Let's see if there's... This is probably going to be 60s. These all look like they're from the same era. Rudolph Valentino. Let's see here. Yeah, 1966 personality posters. I'll probably put, say, 75 to 95 on this. Again, this might be more towards 1,000. I'm looking at maybe in what we'll get out of this. Another good one. You can see it's obviously another 60s. Let's see here if we got a name or something on it. Well, we know who it is. Clark Gable. I don't need to tell you. I don't think. I don't see a date. Maybe I'm just missing it. It's got a little crinkles here or there on the edge, but I think this will still do very, very well. Well, there isn't a date on this one. Still, it's a vintage. It's obviously 60s. I'll probably still put 50 bucks on it because it doesn't have the dates. The reason I'll put a little less on it. This one here is actually hand silkscreen. You can actually feel the ink on it. I don't know if this was signed or not. Yeah, this is actually signed. Laconi, 1978. I'll have to look this one up because somebody did this by hand. You can see the color separation's pretty good, but it's, again, this is a hand-pulled silk screen. I'll have to look it up, but I'm guesstimating maybe 70 bucks on it or something. If a guy's known or this is used for something like a poster or a book cover or something, it might be even more. But I doubt they made many of these because it's, you know, hand-pulled on a screen. What else we got here? Oh, here's a Steve Martin from the early days, probably early Saturday Night Live days. It's got some creasing in it. On some of these, if you're careful, you can actually use a regular iron on it with a paper bag over it. So you'll put the paper bag right directly on top of this, and then you can lightly iron it. I've done it I don't know how many times. The Steve Martin Fan Club. It's an exclusive Aspen 1978, so when he was just on Saturday Night Live, I'll probably put, say, 45 or 50 bucks on it. And the last one, most early Elvis posters sell. This is right after his death from what I can see. I looked at this one a little closer. Pro Arts, 1977, so literally right after his death. Bud Skinner poster. It's a nice Elvis. I'll probably still sell this one, even the crinkled. I might iron it out. Probably I will, actually. I'll probably get, say, I don't know, 45 or 50 bucks out of it. So there you have it. Posters. I see them for $1. I see them at Goodwill. I see them at Savers. Wherever your Savers is at, you need to just look around, see if they got any of the posters. Check them all out every time. The early Marvel, the early Disney. I do movie posters as well, too. So they all sell. They all do very well. I actually, too, after I picked this up, went by another person's place and picked up, he works and runs record stores and has for years. He used to be in a local band that actually has a few records out that were actually produced nationally. And he holds a lot of printed material from record shops and record stores. Sometimes I get them that are 10, 20, 30 years old items that he's bought in bulk for other purchases. And I picked up a big stack from him for 50 bucks. And I'll probably show you that a little later today as well, too. But there you have posters. Don't pass them up. Those are literally, I look through maybe 70 posters to get those, maybe 80 posters. But again, you see, there could be close to $1,000 in those posters. They were $1 a piece for me, and that's usually what you see posters for. Most people don't think much of them. They don't like to mail them. They're afraid of getting crunched. You wrap them properly, you're not going to have an issue. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share with your friends. Thank you.